Stefano Sturaro for his first ever start in this competition. Alvaro Morata gets the nod to take on his former side as partner to Carlos Tevez. There are English semi-finalists. The match officials led by referee Martin Atkinson. Gareth Bale is fit enough after a calf problem to reclaim a starting berth after proving his fitness as a substitute in the weekend win over Sevilla. Sergio Ramos, who played in midfield again, looks set to keep the role, but he also played in the second leg of the quarter-final against Atletico. But with Bale back, it means there's no place in the first 11 for the hero of that evening, goalscorer Javier Hernandez. Juventus are the first Italian semi-finalists in the Champions League. Here's Carlos Tevez. And a decent strike from Marquisio. And Tevez has found the gap! And it's turned in by Morata! Alvaro Morata comes back to haunt his former club. And as that came out from Casillas, he was in the right place to turn it home. He doesn't celebrate, but there's plenty of cause for celebration here for Juventus with that early breakthrough.
Well, that's the channel that they've been causing problems early on here, down that right-hand side, where Varane and Marcelo just haven't got it together. Look at the size of the gap there. Marcelo's got to tuck in. They were appealing for offside, but it wasn't. It certainly wasn't.
It's Toni Kroos who has a go. And Buffon has to help that one round.
Well, for someone with such a good...
He's pulled it back for Carlos Tevez. And off the outside of the post in the end, although the ball, I think the flag had gone up for offside. Kroos. James with the ball in. And the header over by Varane.
Got it really well there.
And one slotted round to Cristiano Ronaldo, stayed onside but couldn't get it on target.
I'll talk about off with a target, it's a fantastic run.
Has got away from Marcelo and from Isco as well.
But they've got to sort out that side of the defence. Marcelo.
Isco. James manages to feed Carvajal. It's a good return ball as well to James. Ronaldo! Who else? The man on the spot obliges. 1-1.
Just a bit of quality. In fact, a lot of quality displayed by James Rodriguez there. Lovely work down the right-hand side. And he puts it on a plate.
Marquisio opts to shoot.
Oh, Casillas asking why he wasn't close.
Kroos. Marcelo. Driven across by Isco. And Marcelo on the follow-up after James had the initial effort.
Well, James sat underneath the crossbar. He's wondering how on earth he didn't score there on the stretch, but even so.
He tries to follow it up himself. Well, by no means a tentative first half of the first leg. Real Madrid, the reigning champions, stunned in the opening 9 minutes. A nervy opening by Ancelotti's side.
1-1 is not a bad result actually against Real Madrid, but it's important.
In the way that they didn't early on in this match.
Vidal pushes it on to Carlos Tevez, and it's straight at Casillas.
Well, he's the man most likely.
Tripped, he has to go alone here, Tevez. Carvajal holds him up and the referee points to the spot. To Carvajal's disbelief, Martin Atkinson in no doubt gives the penalty. Tevez restores the Juventus lead. He brings up his half-century of goals for the club and has them back on the road to the final in Berlin.
Well, he's a player of huge experience, and as I mentioned before, a player in great form. How important might that goal be? I said they would have felt they really did need a second to take to the Bernabeu.
Cross. And Kroos.
Sat up temptingly for him.
And it was Llorente's header, and Casillas just manages to hang on with Chiellini, looking to pick up any rebound. The European champions under real pressure in this semi-final of the Champions League. The Italian champions, Juventus, have beaten them 2-1.
They will come at it, Real Madrid. At the beginning, they will try to get Juventus in a very difficult position.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, I agree with what Patrick said before about players playing in positions where they like to play. And I just look at gone to a 4-3-3, and it does suit this Real Madrid team. The players like to play in a 4-3-3. It suits Ronaldo, Benzema, and Bale to play as a front three. The three of them thrive when they're up there. I think Ronaldo and Bale struggle a little bit when they're a front two. Bale goes missing a little bit.
It's just season. So Sergio Ramos no longer needed for his midfield role. Pepe misses out, as Ramos's partner is Rafael Varane, who's shaken off the Saturday night fever that ruled him out against Valencia on a night when the home team hoped to have them dancing in the streets of Madrid. English officials have featured prominently at this stage for Real Madrid. They're 26 on Ronaldo, but it's Benzema trying to bring it under control, and he has.
What a good chance early on for the man.
Ronaldo, roof of the net, via a touch as well from Buffon.
Well, that's a bit more like it from him. A little glance off the arm of Vidal, who was taking a chance there.
Vidal lines up the shot, and Casillas forced to reach. Could the break be on here for Benzema? It's a test against Chiellini, who always had the edge. Here's Bale. And Bale going for it ambitiously and forcing Buffon to claw it away.
Well, Buffon wants him closed down, but what was he? Good 25 yards, 30 yards out.
Ronaldo. Rodriguez. He's given it. Chiellini can't believe it. He feels that Real Madrid have bought that. But the referee had no hesitation and points to the spot.
Well, my initial reaction was that it wasn't a penalty.
Against a reliable penalty saver in Buffon, but not this time. Ronaldo wins the war of nerves, and the tie tips back in Real Madrid's favour.
Well, they've been good value for that last 5 or 10 minutes. They've been pushing and probing, got themselves into some extremely good areas.
Kroos with a corner, and Benzema's header dealt with by Buffon.
He made that look easy, Buffon.
Cristiano Ronaldo, he goes for it.
That's just exquisite counter-attacking football now. Lovely quick pass from Gareth Bale, spot on. First touch, set him up perfect.
Well, Cristiano Ronaldo determined that Lionel Messi won't have the Berlin stage all to himself. Despite the return of Benzema, it is a goal from Ronaldo that might mean his goal in the first leg is crucial.
Defines a problem to Real Madrid for missing the kick-off time for the second half. I really don't think it is.
We're going to kick off a couple of minutes late, definitely, for the second half.
Juventus, twice champions. Kizio lines up the shot.
They can hit them, Kizio, we've seen that plenty of times, doesn't score too many goals, but when he did
Juventus like that. Here's Marcelo to strike.
Well, that's been the story of the second half.
Pogba's header back. It's Morata! Well, do they have any regrets about letting him go now? As in the first leg, He doesn't celebrate, but inside he must feel triumphant on his return to the Bernabeu. Juventus back in pole position to get to the Champions League final.
Well, it looked like Casillas had got enough on that punch, that the danger had gone. But Juventus do so well just to keep this alive, and Paul Pogba in.
Marcelo cuts it across and Bale couldn't quite dig it out for a goal.
Thinks it's a corner. Thinks a Juve player got a touch on it. The crowd behind the goal were thinking he should have scored here.
Rodriguez! Well, Buffon had given that one up.
He thought it might just have found the route for the net.
Vidal, and it's Marquisio! Denied by Casillas. How big a moment could that save be?
Well, to cut them in half, Juventus.
Rodriguez corner. Again, Gareth Bale got up, but again he couldn't keep his header down. And Gareth Bale.
He's taking it on, taking responsibility. Easy just to start passing the ball.
It's a party night for the old lady of Italian football. 9 years after they were relegated from the top division in disgrace, Juventus are in the Champions League final. And look what it means to them. Gianluigi Buffon, who's never won the trophy.
The right-hand side for maybe Mandzukic to exploit. Marcelo will push on. This is where I feel they can dominate the game. Casemiro, Cruz and Modric, they drop a little bit deeper so they can get on the ball and give it to the likes of Isco with 11 goals. Benzema, the Frenchman, has been outstanding, 19 goals, but you can't talk about Real Madrid without Ronaldo. 10 goals in the Champions League, 40 goals this season. He's won this competition 3 times.
Will we be talking dynasty for Real Madrid or finally for Gigi Buffon and Juventus? The four of us.
In 2 decades underway in the 20th. Mandzukic. His cross looking for Higuain. And Keylor Navas. Higuain dribbling his way through. Higuain forcing a save and no one on scene for the rebound. His cross too tall for Higuain, only as far as Pjanic. Good save, Navas. Offside flag is up on Mandzukic. Third early save for Keylor Navas by far. Ronaldo heading off for Carvajal. Carvajal, Ronaldo! Alexandro, he's going to get there, he cuts it in, Higuain up the chest, Mandzukic off the chest, and you goal! Mario Mandzukic, as good as you will ever see in a European Cup final, has tied the game! Felix Brych has seen enough. Well, we all need a breather. What a half that was. Up to the first. Carvajal back for Modric, Luka Modric teeing it up, and kind of taking a slight redirection. Gigi Buffon able to get his body behind it first. Win it back in the attacking half. Here's Isco. Isco! Couldn't get his foot all the way. The defender. Benzema driving inside. Cruz through traffic. Stabbed away by Alexandro. Casemiro! And in! Deflected on its way through! Casemiro puts Real Madrid back in front! Win it back. And now Modric on the end of the pass from Carvajal, cutting it in for Ronaldo! Second goal for him, third for Real Madrid, and they have taken total control here in Cardiff. Dani Alves going to ground, left in his wake. Marcelo's cross, Ronaldo couldn't get it on target. Real Madrid, though, are trying to slam the door shut now. Yes, they are. Alves hooked in, flicked along, and just wide of that far post. Alexandro got the touch. Marcelo, great little spin, got around on the byline. Marcelo's cross is put away. Marco Asensio, rising young star of Real Madrid, part of their incoming generation into the stands here. Ronaldo, a pair of goals. Real Madrid, back-to-back titles. A romp in Cardiff. Real Madrid 4, Juventus 1. And it is Real Madrid who have won the 2017 UEFA Champions League.